comedic criticism of modernity and consumerism. I am the Wiz. Alright, everybody, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this review, please leave a like on this video. And if you want to watch more, please subscribe. I do 3 reviews a week on this channel. Alright, I am continuing to watch all the films of Jacques Tati's filmography. And that means the third movie I am watching today is Mon Oncle, which is also My Uncle in English. The first 2 Tati films didn't really deal with any depth. All it cared about was the setup of a gag and the execution of said gag. Mon Oncle, or My Uncle, melds its light, goofy comedy with something more to it than just setups and payoffs. The film follows Mr. Hulot, who is played by Jacques Tati, as he deals with the ever-increasing modern life that is popping up in France. Comedically, My Uncle is more about sight gags when compared to Tati's last 2 films. Though there is some physical humor, My Uncle's best comedic points are when odd things happen visually on screen. But the sight gags brilliantly tell another story. A lot of the gags have to do with the upper class, technology, and modern style. The biggest example of this is Hulot's sister's home with her husband. On first blush, everything looks angular and shapely with a lot of empty space. The home looks more like a contemporary art exhibit than a living space. But as the film goes on and you see more of the home, the comedic elements pop up constantly, whether it's to show the ridiculousness of how the home looks or the unnecessary use of technology. The home is really the best source of the comedy in this film, and that is what makes My Uncle strangely brilliant. The true comedic elements of the film isn't Tati or the cast. It's the buildings and the physical space that the characters inhabit. But what's also interesting is what the film tells us about the world it lives in. There are 2 types of places in this world. A place that is modern and one that is simplistic. The simplistic world is filled with charm and character. The people wear clothing that is visually appealing with lovely colors and live in houses with such a distinct history. They feel like places with character and meaning. Even a charming young lady who says hi to Mr. Hulot has a loveliness to it. You also notice a few things in the places. People smile warmly, joke around and talk, and a lot of the lovely music is played when the film is shooting in these areas. The modern world, however, is cold, lifeless, and sterile. People are either in suits or in ridiculous modern getup that have odd shapes. On top of that, the use of technology seems purposely made to be ridiculous as to solve a problem that really wasn't a problem in the first place. A lot of the tech seems to be quite pointless, such as the fountain that can be turned on and off with a button, or a door that can't be opened unless it's pressed with a button. The other thing you may notice right away? The music, or the lack of it. In fact, the only type of background music that you will hear are the whirs and beeps of all the technology that scatters around in these places. It's surprisingly delightful to watch these sight gags and both laugh and see the subtext that Tati is lacing throughout the film with his comedy. My Uncle is an enjoyably witty and funny film. It's impressive that it uses the comedy sight gags to also criticize the encroaching modern lifestyle his world is inhabiting. If I'm honest, I found Mr. Hulot's holiday funnier overall, but I really found myself appreciating the story it was telling and what the film was actually talking about. Alright, so before I get into my rating, let's see what other people thought about this film. Letterboxd users has it at a 4.0 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a score of 94% fresh. And at the Oscars, it won 1 Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film. I am giving this 3.5 stars out of 5. I think this is a very good movie. But like I said in the end, I found Mr. Hulot's holiday funnier than this, but I really appreciated what the film was saying and what it was talking about and what it was trying to talk about while doing the comedy in the film. I really think the star of this film really is the architecture and the space that is in this film, because a lot of the comedy has a lot to do with the look and the feel of everything in the film, especially when it comes to the modern life that the richer people are living. But like I said, I didn't find this as funny as Mr. Hulot's Holiday, but honestly, I actually appreciate this film a little bit more, which makes me more excited to see what Playtime and the other 2 movies are like. Because after I watched the last 2 films, I was like, okay, so I'm just going to be watching some light, fluffy, kind of funny comedies. But then after watching My Uncle, I realized, oh, there's actually more to what he's going to do in some of these movies. So I'm actually more excited to watch the next 3 movies now. So overall, 3.5 out of 5 stars for me for My Uncle. It is on Max and the Criterion channel if you have not checked it out. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Tell me what you think of the review. See you all next time. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you didn't, please subscribe. And if you have questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment whether you liked it or not. It just helps, you know. If you want my written reviews, you can go onto my letterbox at IamThatWiz, or you can go to my website at IamTheWiz.com. Thank you very much again for watching. See you next time.